Welcome to our channel. Have you ever felt that fear is controlling your life? There are moments when you wake up with anxiety about the future or can't escape from negative thoughts, fearing failure, fearing loss. If you've ever felt this way, you are not alone. Today, we want to share with you a journey of peace and freedom. A journey where you can overcome those fears and live a life free from their grip. And this journey will begin with 6 valuable lessons from Buddhism. These lessons are not just theories, but practical methods that can help you change your perspective on fear and live a life of peace and happiness. If you are ready to make a change, to live in peace and courage, then keep watching this video. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any videos that bring peace to your soul. Let us accompany you on this journey. The first lesson we'll explore is impermanence. Buddha taught that everything in life changes. Nothing is permanent. Every moment, every emotion, and every experience is temporary. And this change is often the root cause of fear. Fear arises when we try to cling to things we cannot control. We fear loss, failure, and the unknown. However, when you realize that everything is impermanent, you learn to live in the present moment, appreciating what you have without fearing what you might lose or what could happen in the future. For example, when facing challenges or changes in life, remember that everything can change for the better. Work, relationships, and even you will change over time. The key is not to be afraid of change, but to embrace it as part of life's natural flow. Embracing impermanence helps you understand that everything is temporary, including fear. Instead of fearing the unknown, you'll learn to accept change and live more peacefully, knowing that everything will pass, including your fears. The second lesson is to see fear as an illusion. Buddha taught that much of what we experience is created by our minds. Fear is not reality, it's simply what we imagine it to be. Fear often arises when we create worst-case scenarios in our minds. We imagine that if we fail in our work or relationships, everything will fall apart. But in reality, those things may never happen. Fear is just a thought that we make up. Imagine a situation where you're about to face something new, and fear rises. What if it doesn't go well? But when you step back and look at the situation objectively, you realize the fear is just a thought, not a fact. When you understand that fear is just an illusion, you'll be able to face it calmly and confidently. You won't let it control you, but instead, you'll see it as an opportunity to grow. Fear is not something to be afraid of. It's just a passing thought, and like all thoughts, it can change. The third lesson is about practicing mindfulness, a powerful tool that helps you live in the present moment. Buddha taught that when you live in the present, you will feel at peace and not be overwhelmed by fear or anxiety. Mindfulness is the ability to observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to become aware of your emotions without reacting immediately. You realize that negative feelings, including fear, are temporary and can change. A simple way to practice mindfulness is through meditation. You can sit quietly, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts as they come and go. This practice helps you understand that fears are just passing thoughts and don't define your reality. Mindfulness helps you break free from the hold of fear. Instead of reacting impulsively to every fearful thought, you can pause, observe, and choose how to respond. When you live mindfully, fear loses its power over you. The fourth lesson helps you understand that suffering is an unavoidable part of life. Buddha taught that fear is one form of suffering we must face. When you accept that suffering is a natural part of life, you won't feel overwhelmed by fear. Suffering, including fear, is something that everyone experiences. When you realize that fear is part of the human condition, it becomes less isolating and less intimidating. Knowing that we are not alone in our fears helps you face them with more compassion and understanding. Understanding suffering also means accepting that life isn't always easy. We cannot avoid the pain that comes with uncertainty, loss, or the fear of the unknown. But by acknowledging that suffering is universal, you can face it with a sense of equanimity. Fear loses its grip when you realize it's just part of the natural flow of life. The fifth lesson is about letting go of attachment. Buddha taught that attachment to things, experiences, people, or even our own identity is the root cause of much of our fear. When we are attached to things, we fear losing them. Letting go of attachment doesn't mean you stop caring about people or things, but it means you stop depending on them to define your happiness or security. When you learn to release attachment, you free yourself from the grip of fear. For example, if you fear losing a job or a loved one, it's because you're attached to them for your happiness and safety. But when you realize that true happiness comes from within, not from external sources, you'll feel free from the fear of loss. Letting go of attachment allows you to live more peacefully. You won't be afraid of change or loss because you understand that nothing in life is permanent. Instead of clinging to outcomes, you'll learn to enjoy life as it comes. The final lesson is about cultivating patience. Buddha taught that patience is essential to overcoming fear. When we are impatient, we become anxious, fearing the future or uncertain outcomes. Patience helps you accept uncertainty and face challenges without fear. Patience teaches you to trust that everything will unfold in its own time. When you develop patience, you stop worrying about things you can't control. You learn to be at peace with the unknown and trust that everything will happen when it's meant to. For example, if you are waiting for results from an important interview or project, instead of worrying about the outcome, practice patience. Trust that things will unfold as they should, and that worrying won't help. Patience helps you face discomfort with resilience. Fear often arises when we encounter discomfort, whether physical, emotional, or mental. Patience allows you to sit with discomfort without reacting to it, and it teaches you that fear, like all emotions, is temporary. To sum up, fear is a natural part of life. But through the teachings of Buddhism, we can overcome it. By embracing impermanence, seeing fear as an illusion, practicing mindfulness, understanding suffering, letting go of attachment, and cultivating patience, you can live a life free from fear. When you accept these lessons, you will realize that fear no longer holds power over you. You'll begin to live a life full of peace, joy, and freedom. Remember, fear is just a part of the human experience. It doesn't define you. You have the ability to face it and move forward with confidence and calm. If you found these lessons helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it. Let's spread peace and calm together. Thank you for watching.